Hey everyone, Felipe here. Welcome to another Tower of Saviors card review video. In this video, I'll be taking a look at all the non-jackpot cards from the new Gintama collaboration seal, and I'll be taking a look at their active skills and letting you know what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get started with the first card, which is going to be Tasuma Sakamoto, an Earth Human card with a CD6 active skill with the following effect. Deplete 60% of your current HP, deal an earth damage as much as 6,000 times his own attack basic value, and for 1 round, leader's attack increases by 4 times, and your attack bonus increases by 50% for each combo made. My opinion, this active skill is pretty good. Not broken, but it's still pretty good. CD6 is pretty fast, and 2 of his effects are just okay. The first one is going to be a cost, which isn't really a cost. The second one is just your regular snipe, and as all snipes go in the game, the damage that they inflict is not going to be that significant. It is just there to break stealth shields. But in this case, this sniper will also give you an additional benefit, which is the effect 3 and 4. Effect 3 will give your leader a times 4 attack boost, which means that you are effectively increasing your damage by a good amount, especially because leaders nowadays have active skills that boost their own attack, and they are generally the highest attacking members in your team for now. So giving your leader a times 4 attack boost will definitely make sure that your damage output will increase significantly. Tatsuma is an Earth human card, so he can also fit in a Midoriya team. So for example, Midoriya has his own attack boosting active skills. Give him another times 4 attack bonus and you'll be launching a very hard hitting attack. Additionally, effect 4 will give you a 50% increase for each combo made. And again, the current meta is skewing towards high combo, high damage cards. So for example, Lilith gives you a pretty high combo every round. Midoriya has guaranteed sky drop. Some of the Gintama leaders will help you dissolve um, 2 dissolve or 3 dissolves, which also increases your combo count. So being able to increase your attack bonus for each combo made is going to be pretty good as well. The only downside of that is that it's just 1 round. If it were 2 rounds, then this active skill would be really powerful as well. However, as it is, I think this active skill is still pretty good and really beneficial to have in your teams. That being said, it is pretty generic, it isn't broken, so if you don't get this card, there are still many options that you can use to replace him. But yeah, as far as collaboration cards go, I think this one's pretty good, and his active skill will help boost your team's damage significantly. Next we have Sadaharu, which is going to be a light beast card with a CD6 skill and the following effect. For 1 round, when the team has only beasts, team attack increases by 2 times, damage will be dealt regardless of puzzle shield. Otherwise, runestones can be dissolved by aligning 2 or more of them in the first batch. When there is Kagura in the team, effects 1 and 2 will be triggered, and you will be able to benefit from both these effects. Honestly, CD6 for these effects are pretty good, especially for a mono beast team. You can break puzzle shield, which there aren't that many cards in the game that can break puzzle shield for beast teams. You have Veronica, and you might have 1 or 2 more, but Sadaharu will allow your entire team to be able to break puzzle shield if your entire team is only beasts. Additionally, a times 2 team attack is pretty good because it benefits every single member of the team, and it's going to increase your damage output as well. If you're not running Sadaharu in a beast team, you get a 2 dissolve, which is also arguably one of the best skills in the game because it helps you pretty much be brain dead when you spin. You don't really have to align your runes, you don't have to stack, you don't have to do anything. You can just spin, and the 2 dissolve will help you dissolve runes very easily. So it's really useful for number shields, high combo shields, and other things that you don't really need to think about. So a 2 dissolve is pretty good in my opinion. And if you're running Kagura in your team, you benefit from both skills. So honestly, in my opinion, the best way to use Sadaharu is to use him in conjunction with Kagura so that you can benefit from these 2 effects to get a 2 dissolve, and a team attack of times 2 is going to be really powerful and really boost your damage output. Keep in mind that 2 dissolve, the enemy of 2 dissolve is going to be all those combo nullifying skills, um, burned or scorching runes, sticky runes, weather runes, laser runes, all those things that will help your life, that will make your spinning a little bit harder. Or yeah, all those combo nullifying skills. So not being able to dissolve a certain type of rune in the first batch is pretty bad for 2 dissolve, because it is so easy to dissolve runes with a 2 dissolve that you might accidentally trigger the enemy's counter attack. However, against all other enemies, a 2 dissolve is going to be amazing, and if you tack on a ×2 team attack bonus and the ability to break puzzle shields, it makes this card really busted if you run it with Kagura. So in my opinion, in a mono beast team, this card is just okay. Just a puzzle shield breaker with a team attack bonus. When you're running it in other teams, it is a 2 dissolve, no time tunnel, just a 2 dissolve, which is by itself, the effects are pretty okay, but together in the same active skill at the same time, aka while running Kagura in the team, makes this skill a really powerful skill. So definitely run Sadaharu with Kagura, because that's the way his active skill will have the most value for you. Next, we have Elizabeth, which is going to be a water human card, CD6 active skill, and has the following effect. For 2 rounds, the first 10 runestones touched will be transformed into runestones of the leader's attribute. If the leader is Kotaro Katsura or a Yorosuya member, turn runestones into enchanted human runestones, and effects 1 and 2 will stay in play for 3 rounds instead of 2. In my opinion, this is going to be one of the weakest active skills of the non-jackpot cards, because while giving 10 runestones of the leader's attribute is going to be pretty good, give you plenty of attacking runes, it doesn't give you any utility, it doesn't give you any attack boost, and it also doesn't give you that much benefit. You're only generating a chunk of attacking runes, and that's pretty much it. Also, this skill is pretty bad against Quint Elemental Shields, Trio Elemental Shields, Equal Combo Shields, Fixed Combo Shields to an extent as well, because you are removing runes that you might be able to combo with and just generating a huge chunk of a single type of rune. So in my opinion, generating 10 runestones of the leader's attribute, while it generates a good amount of attacking runes, this active skill doesn't provide you much more, which means that, in my opinion, it is going to be one of the weaker active skills from this collaboration. But yeah, next we are going to have Kotaro Katsura, who is a light human card, CD5 skill, and has the following effect. Explode the bottom 2 rows 3 times to generate attributive human runestones, and for 3 rounds, 150% of the damage dealt to the enemies will be stored for an extra attack to be launched at the end of the round, regardless of attribute and defense. So CD5 for this active skill is going to be really good. This active skill is basically a strict upgrade for Idra, which is the water elf from the Elf Spirits series, which way long ago when the game first started. But basically, yeah, this is going to be a strict upgrade to that active skill. And while Idra is only 110% of the damage stored, this one is going to be 150% of the damage dealt will be stored as an extra attack. And this is actually going to be a pretty good additional damage when you're facing different enemies. And this also lasts for 3 rounds instead of 2 rounds for Idra. Additionally, you do explode all runes on the board. This is because you explode the bottom 2, then they will fall down, then explode the bottom 2 again, fall down, and then explode the bottom 2 again, which will mean that you effectively get an entire board clear, which can help you get rid of weather runes, weakened runes, muck runes, electrify runes, and first phase of frozen runes as well. So this is going to be a really good board clear, and CD5 is going to be really fast. So in my opinion, this active skill is pretty good. CD5, pretty fast skill, decent board clearing ability, so it can help you get rid of a lot of board debuffs, and it will also tack on a good chunk of damage, because 150% of your damage dealt will be dealt as additional damage. However, keep in mind that this extra attack is regardless of attribute, so it won't go through attributive shields. For example, only takes damage from fire attribute, only takes damage from water attribute, things like that. This attack will not go through. because it is regardless of attribute. However, this also attacks regardless of defense. So if you encounter a mob with high defense but low HP, this additional damage can help you kill those types of enemies. But yeah, in my opinion, this active skill is pretty good for this collaboration's non-jackpot seal, non-jackpot cards. And lastly, we are going to have the last non-jackpot card from this collaboration, which is going to be Shinsuke Takasugi. This is going to be a Dark Human card with a CD7 skill and has the following effect. Unlimited runestone movement time for 10 seconds, and this will not be counted as one round. And for one round, Dark runes also possess the effect of all other runestones. The character's attack increases by 2 times. The character launches 6 extra attacks, as much as 40% of its own attack, and the character's damage will be dealt regardless of puzzle shield. In my opinion, this active skill is actually pretty good. If this active skill were in a jackpot card or in a more powerful card, I think this skill would be pretty good. CD7 for a time tunnel is not bad at all. If you follow my channel for a while, you know that I am a very big fan of time tunnels because it helps you clear a lot of enemy shields and counter a lot of enemy skills. So having a time tunnel on your card is always a big plus for me. The good thing about this time tunnel too is that this will not be counted as one round. So you basically, if you run out of time when you're still spinning, that doesn't matter. You can still spin a little bit longer because it didn't count as one round. So you can set up a board and you can also move a runestone away. And that way you have a good board set up for the next round, especially if you don't need to deal damage the first round. You can do that and then set your board up to make a really nice combo for the next round. The second to fifth effect is going to be a self-character boost, which honestly is not bad. A ×2 self-attack bonus plus 6 extra attacks is going to give you a good chunk of damage and also deals damage regardless of puzzle shield. My opinion, this part of the skill would be even better if it were a higher attack bonus, because self-attack increases are meant for burst situations, and a ×2 attack bonus is going to be nice, but if you have another burst skill that has like a ×6, ×10, or ×12 self-attack increase, then that guarantees that you kill the enemy, and you don't really need to rely on Shinsuke for that role. I think the role that I will be using for him will be mostly the time tunnel, but again, there are a lot of other time tunnel cards in the game. But as far as Gintama seals go, he will have one of the few time tunnels for this seal. So if you need to run a mono Gintama team, this will give you that coveted time tunnel and allow you to counter certain enemy skills with it. And he comes with a small bonus, which is the rest of his active skill with the extra damage. But in my opinion, this extra damage is just a small bonus and not really the core of his active skill. But yeah, so those are the thoughts on the non-jackpot cards in this seal. If I had to rank them, I would probably rank Elizabeth last for sure. Then I would rank Tatsuma Sakamoto because his active skill only snipes and increases your leader only. If he increased your entire team, that would also be better. Then I think I would add Shinsuke for the time tunnel, and then I would say it's a tie between Kotaro Katsura and Sadaharu, just because they include more utility for their active skills. Overall, I do think the non-jackpot cards in this collaboration are pretty okay. They're pretty well balanced in terms of they're not super broken, but they're also not bad. So I guess in terms of collaborations, they are on the weaker side of the spectrum, but there are still pretty good active skills to collect. But I do think that a lot of these can be replaced by some of the cards that already exist in the game. But yeah, this is all I wanted to cover about these cards. Please let me know in the comments if I said anything wrong or if I missed anything. And as always, stay tuned on my YouTube channel for more Tower of Saviors content. For now, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.